This time I'm going to unpack the 7 ways that leaders can help build a speak up culture, not a shut up culture. Many people think that leaders need to be right. Leaders need to have all the answers, and that's very outdated. Do you know what the impact of you as a leader to your team is when you are always right and you have always the answer? Let's test it. I was wrong. I messed up. Oh, I didn't think of that. Ooh, I missed the point that you spotted out. I'm not sure. What do you think? Versus, I got it right. I did it perfect. I know it all 100%. I didn't miss anything. I'm sure. Here's what I think. Did you sense the difference? See, leaders who are always right, they build teams who listen and obey, eventually become helpless. And leaders who dare to be wrong create teams who dare to speak up. Now, here's how you do it. First, you say very early, oh, I got it wrong, my mistake. You want to admit your mistakes publicly. It builds safety and it makes it easy for your team to also admit their mistakes early and to you. 2, they stay open for the challenge. They'll say, hey, can we stress test this idea? They signal that dissent and being of a different perspective and view is fundamentally a sign of trust. They don't want only noddings and yes sayers. 3, they speak the last. This is Simon Sinek who said, great leaders speak the last. And why do they do that? Because they don't want to anchor the room directly into one direction. They want to see what direction shapes by itself from the room. 4, they share in progress thinking. So they would go like, hey, this is still a bit messy and raw, but kind of bear with me. Help me to shape it up. This makes safe for the team to bring up kind of rough and raw ideas. 5, they highlight points that others caught. They would say something like, ooh, I see you spotted something I missed. This rewards critical thinking, not egos. 6, they model uncertainty in real time. They'll say something like, I'm not so sure about this. What's your take of it? And this creates room for real collaboration. And last but not least, and this is probably the most important one, 7, they own the mistakes. They own past decisions that flopped. Even if it's already far behind and people have moved on, they will go back out of integrity and knowing this will build trust and make it safe to admit kind of your failures and what you learned out of it. They will go it and resurface it and say, you know what, this at the end turned out to be a failure from my part and flopped. And this is what I learned out of it. It normalizes the learning as a journey. If you don't do it, your team won't either. Many leaders, perhaps those with maybe a bit more older school style, might be saying, but hold on, if I admit that I've made a mistake, it's been a failure, I haven't pre-cooked my thoughts into a kind of like a dried out meat level, I'll be looking just full and incompetent. Why should I do that? Well, because it fuels creativity. Instead of echo chambers, you get creativity, ideas, people speaking up. It fuels commitment, not compliance. It also fuels confidence, not obedience. It fuels safety, not self-protection, and it fuels trust, not self-doubt. That's why. Or what do you think? Should leaders be always right? Or is there a reason why leaders should show their more human, fallible side where, they don't get always everything right. They make mistakes and they screw up? Drop your answer into the comments and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.